To Moca's Nola bells and bows, where the love runs deep, the fam stays strong, and the bells, they always ring for us.
We the bells and we hold it down, yeah. Real ones only, we don't mess around. All love, no cap, no clout to chase, just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Moca got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role, just show a real and you already home. Pull up to the bells and bows like the Sunday sea. Got peace in the room and the vibe on beat. No drama, no mess, just minds that meet. Introduce yourself in the chat and the mods gon' greet. Real talk, we got brothers and sisters here. Ain't no fake love, every heart sincere. We've been through storms, but the skies stay clear. Loyalty live, that's the chant you hear. Woo! No chaos in the comment section, just bells with a bond and a bold connection. Safe space, strong face, deep reflection. Mocha, don't fold, that's pure protection. If you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, pull up in the chat, we treat you good. Ain't gotta be loud, just gotta be true. Mocha got the light and we shine with you. Not a panel of pain, it's a platform of pride. Everybody got space and we don't divide. You loyal, you love, that's how we ride. Got a bell and a bow in the name, but a tribe world. From the mods to the lurkers and folks on rewatch. Every tap, every like, we feel it alive. Mocha ain't just a name, it's a vibe you caught. No la bell, no la boast, that's a family, not a thought. Bring it loud, we the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, we do. Real ones only, we don't mess around. Real talk, all love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Mocha got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. To show a real and you already home. Mocha said that to every bell in the space. Whether you typing, watching, or just vibing, you are this family. And over here, we don't fold, we ring. Ooh.
Welcome to Moca, no love bells. Hit that like button, you might break the scale. If you can't join the membership, still ride for free, $99. Yeah, we lit in here. Comments popping, energy rocking, we all shine. We here to stay. We here to stay. Turn it up, we in the south with style and grace. Mocha got 'em talking, can't nobody take a place. Nah, from the bayou to the block, we drop truth, not tea. You ain't gotta pay the vibe, hit that like for free. Every panel on fire, every topic gon' trend. If you ain't a member yet, you still a friend, amen. Got love for the real ones, no time for the mess. We keep it authentic, that's no la bells at its best. Welcome to Moca, no love bells, where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we gon' live, we outside. Welcome to Moca, no love bells, where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we gon' live, we outside. It's Mocha and the crew, we the talk of the streets. Bring the real back to YouTube, no scripts, no beats. We laugh, we drag, we educate too. All the bells in the chat know how we do. So tap in, lean back, sip your drink real slow. Let the haters keep watching, we steal the show. From Mocha to Nola, we hold it down steady. Platinum plus approved, that girl stay ready. Welcome to Moca, no bells. Welcome to Moca, no bells. Welcome to Moca, no love bells, where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. Welcome to Moca, no love bells, where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. From the panel to the people, it's pure real talk. She ain't following a trend, she lead her own walk. No cameras, my mic check with no lights on blast. But every episode hit like first class. We ain't gossiping, we testifying, keep it bold. Every story got a lesson that need to be told. So hit that bell, join the ride in style. Welcome to Moca, stick around for a while. Welcome to
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday. And welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to be back. I miss you all. I miss you all so very much. And before I get started, I want to thank each and every one of you for the prayers, for your concern. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. This has been the longest few days of my life. But nonetheless, but God. Dad is home. He's resting. He's doing well. And I appreciate each and every one of you. But we had to get on back into this live stream. We had to get back to business because I left and there were some questions that needed to be answered. Just as I was confused, I'm sure you were too. Y'all saw the title and y'all saw the thumbnail. 2 years later, why Rouge River? Why now? So they need to stop playing in our faces, like for real, for real. 2 years. Now this. So she offered him a plea and he said, the river? Yeah, okay. Yet we all supposedly fell off of the turnip truck, correct? Not today. So no, the bells and bows, cousins and friends. I hope tonight you all are ready to have this discussion with your girl. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hit the like button. Engage with the emojis to the right. We've been gone for a while, so tap those emojis, tap, tap, tap. Let YouTube and your friends and family know that we are live. They think we're stupid. They think we're stupid. I said it and I mean it. Because ain't no way. Ain't no way. In a case this serious involving a missing child, that this is what we're being given. And they expect us to just run with it like it makes sense. The Rouge River, that's what we're doing. That's the story they expect us to just accept and close the book and move on. Not over here. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Because see, I may have been gone for a few days, but one thing about it, I paid attention. I was still paying attention. And I'm coming back asking even more questions than when I left. And tonight we're going to ask them all. Because it ain't just about what was said. It's also about what don't make sense. What feels off and what looked like is being handed to us instead of uncovered. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now that Rouge River story, Moca's not buying it. Moca's not buying it, not as the full truth, and definitely not as the final answer. And it cannot be that I'm sitting here and I'm going to accept that without questioning it, because when things are real, a plea deal should have not been offered in order to make it make sense. And this right here feels like something put together just enough to sound believable, but not enough to actually be the truth. So tonight, we're not going to just talk about Jarvis. We're going to talk about Shannon, Annette, Marquita, and Kim Worthless. Because one thing about Moca, I'm going to say what needs to be said, even when it makes people uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, especially when it makes people uncomfortable. So once again, I'm so happy to have each and every one of you here tonight. Welcome each and every one of you. It feels good being back in this space. You already know how this is going to go down. And before we do anything, I encourage you all to hit that like button. Hit the like button. Don't just sit here watching me and you ain't tapped in. Hit the like button. And all my newcomers that's in the clouds, go ahead on and subscribe. Subscribe because we don't have step over here. Share the live out because tonight, oh yeah, we talking. I need y'all to go ahead on and make sure you greet your neighbors in the chat. Don't come in here acting all brand new because we've been on a little hiatus. And don't forget those emojis over there. Tap, tap, tap them and wake them up. And I had a comment that I pinned. I need your input on that. I need your input on that. But before we jump into this live stream, just let me briefly give a little disclaimer. This live stream is definitely for commentary and discussion. And it's based on publicly available information. Alleged statements, all individuals that we speak of tonight. I ain't saying they're all guilty. But hey, we're covered under the Fair Use Act of 1976. All information is shared. It's alleged and our opinions only. All right, chat, we getting ready to get into this. If you're ready for this conversation tonight, drop some fire in the chat right now. I need to feel y'all in here tonight. Let me know that you miss what we always put down, because tonight we're back. We're back. I ain't looking to take a break no time soon, but if I have to, I'm going to do what I must do. But y'all know how that goes. Y'all know how that goes. Family first, and I encourage each and every one of you all to feel the very same way. Family first. I see the love in the chat. I see it. I see it, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I need y'all to really listen to me tonight. Don't just hear me. I want y'all to listen, and I want to feel where you all are coming from with it as well. Because this ain't coming from nowhere. It's coming from paying attention to what's been happening this entire time. First things first. Yeah. Jarvis Butts has been sitting in jail for 2 years. 2 years. And you mean to tell me, if he really knew, if Jarvis Butts really knew where Nazaria was, that it took a plea deal for him to suddenly decide to say, oh yeah, she's over there in Rouge River. What? Nah, they could miss me with all of that because it don't make sense to Moca. Because my thing is, Jarvis Butts, if you did it, and you knew where she was, that's not something that you hold on. You don't hold on to something like that for 2 years like it's a secret, unless there's a reason. And that right there, that shit don't sit right with me. When something is real, it don't need a plea deal to come out. Truth don't need to be negotiated ever. And it don't need to sit in a damn cell for 2 years waiting on paperwork. Jarvis Butts. 2 years. Now, I'm well aware that Kim Worth is a plea deal organizer and she's the plea deal maker. And she feels like she done won when she offered these plea deals. But Moca has a serious issue here. One thing I know for certain, the truth don't move this way. But leverage does. And that's how information moves when it's being used, not told. Because what these people is trying to tell us is Jarvis allegedly had the key piece of information. The one thing everybody's been looking for, sitting on, waiting for, the one thing that could shift this entire case. And he sat on it quietly for 2 years. Now, it wasn't because he couldn't speak, but because he didn't. And I need y'all to ask yourselves, ask Kim Worthy, why? Because in my opinion, people don't sit on that type of information like that unless it benefits them to hold it. The possibilities that it protects something way more bigger. And I believe that's the situation. Because we all know that it ain't the full truth to begin with. And this is where I start looking at things differently. Because now it's not about what he said. It's about when he said it. Because timing tells everything. And the timing of this shit here, I still don't feel like somebody that's finally telling the truth. It feels like he's responding to Jarvis Butts is in a position right now where he's responding to pressure. And not just responding to pressure, but how about he's playing a position that he's being forced to be played? Because if Naziah was really in that river and you knew that shit for 2 years, then every single day you stayed silent, Jarvis Butts, that was a choice you made. And that choice, I'm not about to ignore it. Because that choice that you made, Jarvis Butts, it tells me more than the statements that you made ever will. So who forced Jarvis Butts to just come out here and say, oh yeah, she's in a river? What was traded off? What forced him to say that? I mean, what did they have on the back end that they didn't want disclosed in a trial? Because this is something that we all must look at the correct way. They're not saving Jarvis. Jarvis is saving somebody. Chad, I'm going to ask you all, if somebody truly knew, let's look at it this way. If Jarvis Butts truly knew where Naziah was, and if he truly believed she was in that river, I'm going to ask you all, because you all are very intelligent and I love you all very much. Do you all think it would have took him 2 years and a plea deal for him to say anything? Or would that have come out regardless? Because I'm trying to understand the delay. Because you know, I know, everybody knows 2 years in Rouge River, 2 years in any river there's no chance of finding her. So I want to know what you all are feeling. Tanya says, absolutely not. Ms. Antoinette said 2 years, they'll never find her. And I agree, because in my opinion, I believe they are truly playing in our faces right now. Timing matters. Timing truly matters. I'm going to dig a little deeper. I'm going to dig a little deeper. Jarvis Bus 2 years sitting. 2 years. You sat on that shit 2 years like it was optional. No. And you just wake up one day like, oh yeah, she in the river. After a deal gets put on the table, man, get the hell on out of here. That ain't how this shit work. It just don't work like that. Because I still want to know why now. What changed? What made your mouth suddenly open on that day? Because you signed it on the 9th. It came to us on the 12th. What made your mouth, Jarvis, but suddenly open that day and didn't make it open a year ago, 6 months ago, 2 years ago? As a matter of fact, hell, why you didn't open your mouth the same damn week that you got locked up? And that's what I'm talking about, people. They want us to focus on what was said. And I'm over here looking at when it was said. Because believe it or not, timing is the damn snitch. Timing is the snitch. This shit stinks. I don't trust it. I don't like it. And I'm not about to just accept it like it makes damn sense. Because if Nazaria was really in that river and he knew the whole damn time, no. So that means if he knew, they knew. So why throw this shit in our face? Because right about now, chat, nothing, and I mean nothing, has come out about this case that has ever pointed towards that river, if you think about it. The behavior of all the players, the charges that Jarvis was charged with, the conversations that were had in the interrogation room, in the preliminary, nothing, not a damn thing has pointed to, well, at least in my opinion, nothing pointed to that river. So Moca's opinion is something a whole lot darker. Because let's not forget, chat, and I want y'all to stay with me right here. Let's not forget, there were charges. There were charges tied to Jarvis Butts. The sexual exploitation. Y'all remember that? If you all remember the initial charge where he had the CSC charge, that charge, and he also had charges where there was video footage, photos, or whatever. All of that was signs of trafficking. So tell me something. If you remember it as well as I do, drop 100 in a chat for Mocha, because why did that charge mysteriously disappear, y'all? I need your help. Why did that charge disappear? Images, videos being sold, and then all of a sudden they disappear. I see the hundreds in the chat. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so very much. Then all of a sudden, like I said, those charges disappeared. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that don't feel like closure. That feels like something being shifted in a bad way. And it really pisses me off. Because y'all not about to sit here and act like we didn't see what the fuck we saw. Don't do that. Don't clean it up now. Don't water it down now, and don't switch it up now. Because in the beginning, there were charges. There were charges. That meant something. This ain't no small little side note. That's a whole damn different type of case. Whole different type of case. We talking about images, videos, content being sold. So naturally, that takes somebody like me, that takes my mind someplace else. It damn sure don't take you to a river. I'ma stop right there, chat. Make it make sense. You got images, videos, pictures, and all of this shit being sold. In Mocha's world, that's trafficking. And 2 years later, y'all gonna come up with a goddamn river? Help me, chat. I see the hundreds up in here. I see y'all. How the hell you come up with a river after you initially charged this man with all this bullshit that mysteriously disappeared? Miss Antoinette said he trying to cover up for that double chin twin. Miss Antoinette, he may be trying to cover up for her, but baby, let me tell you something. It's deeper than her. And the prosecutor knows it. Absolutely, Lady D. He would have said something last year. He would have said something last year, and that's why I believe with everything that's in me, it's other people involved. Levesque said, isn't that the river they searched in the beginning? Absolutely. Hey, Plaid. Dale, I see you. Boo Simone, I see you. Kenyatta Marie. She says, I believe he took a plea so Shannon can catch charge after. He hates Shannon. I'm pretty sure he want to take her down too. I'm pretty sure he do. But it's deeper. It's deeper. Hey, Tony. Heal her. I see you, boo. Cool girl sister said she don't believe that baby's in no river. I don't believe it either. I don't. Kimberly Earls, I see you, my love. I see my mods in here hard at work. Hey, all my beautiful ladies. I love you, ladies. Thank you for showing up. PJ, I see you. Natasha says, I'm not accepting it. And I hope the judge doesn't either. This ain't justice for nobody. Absolutely, Natasha. Boobanga, I'm with you, boo. Boobanga says, Cynthia Harmon, thank you for supporting the channel, my love. Boobanga says, why sit on that information if it was real and true? He would have been singing from day one. That motherfucker's a lying-ass monster. Boobanga, that's it. That's it. He's not being truthful. What he's doing, he's giving them Jarvis Butts is out in there repeating what they have coached him to repeat. People may not agree with what I see and what I feel, but if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, stinks like a duck, it's a goddamn duck. And it's clear to see that Jarvis Butts has been coached. Not only to save him, but to save others. Kim says, I smell corruption with Kim Worthless. DPD to school, the lady with the ID. January 9th was a no school and lies were told. There needs to be an investigation. Kim, you're absolutely right. Let's start there. And like I said in the beginning, baby, they think we're slow. But we're not slow. You see, that takes you to something more organized. This takes you to something more intentional, something that involves more than just one person doing one thing, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. This ain't just Jarvis. This ain't just Jarvis. And then what happens? What happens? You're charged with all of this, and then that part just disappears like it never existed. Like we didn't hear it, like it wasn't said, like it wasn't part of the case. Oh, okay. Okay. So we just supposed to move on from that, right? We just supposed to act like that wasn't a major piece of information. Nah, Moca ain't doing that. Moca ain't doing that because you don't go from that. You don't go from that till she's in the river and expect me, of all people, not to ask questions. Bitch. That's two completely different directions. And when a case takes a sharp turn like that, y'all know me. I start looking at shit like, wait, hold the fuck up. What got redirected? What got cleaned up? And why the fuck did it get cleaned up? Because that was not progress. That was not progress. And I don't trust nothing that got to be shifted for it to make sense. I know, like I said, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that remembers that charge. In the beginning, those charges were there. Then all of a sudden, they're just gone. They're just gone. How you go from that to she's in Rouge River and nobody's supposed to question it? Make this shit make sense. And that's why I said what I said. Because when you start lining this shit up, it don't flow. It don't connect. It just jumps from place to place to place. And when it starts jumping like that, that's when we all need to pay attention. Just like Annette. Annette stood her ass up at that press conference, and she didn't sound like nobody that was concerned about Naziah's disappearance. She sounded like she was pleading with somebody. So we got to make all this shit make sense. Jarvis Butts' initial charge disappears. Annette is standing at that press conference pleading with somebody to bring her back. Asking for them to bring her back. Saying she was taken for all the wrong reasons. And that right there stuck with me and never left, because words in situations like this matters, especially in moments like this. Because let's be real, anybody in their right mind, when they know what they know, when they know that their child is really gone, the tone is different. Ain't nobody gonna stand their ragged asses up there and say, bring her back. Ain't nobody's gonna say she was taken for all the wrong reasons. So just what Jarvis knows, I want you all to make 2 and 2 equal 4 tonight. The charges that Jarvis Butts initially had on him. Think about it. Those charges, the videos, the pictures, all this shit, solicitation for sale, boom, trafficking. Annette's pleading with whomever. Wendy, thank you so much for supporting the channel, my love. Annette's plea in that press conference. Is there any way that those two dots connect? If Mocha's reaching chat, I need y'all to say, Mocha, shut up. You are reaching, my girl. But if it makes any sense to you all, tell me in the chat, Mocha, 2 and 2 is 4. 1 and 1 is 2, because those two align so smoothly together. Annette saying, bring her back. She was taken for the wrong reason, like it ain't even over, like whomever got her still got her. And that's what fucked me up, because you don't stand up in front of people and start pleading like that, unless in your mind. Unless in your mind there was somebody out there that can actually bring Naziah back. That part mattered. And I'm not the one to just overlook those things that matter. Bring her back? Annette, bring her back from where? See, that's where the prosecution fucks me up. Because they heard the press conference too. Why they didn't question Annette? Bring her back from where? Bring her back from who? Because if we talking about a river, if we talking about something that's already done and over with, who the fuck was Annette talking about? Who was she pleading with? Because, baby, that language there, straight negotiation. Annette was speaking like she knew who had Naziah. Then, y'all did this for a reason. Y'all don't know what's going on. And when she said that shit, taken for all the wrong reasons, oh, let Mocha stop right here. In that press conference, Annette said Naziah was taken for all the wrong reasons. Chat, did y'all hear that? She was taken for the wrong reason. And when y'all tell me y'all heard it, I got a question. If you all heard she was taken for the wrong reasons, I have a question. Kimberly Earl said yes. Wendy said facts. Sheena said yes. PJ said yes, Lord. I see you, Simone. All right, chat. I see y'all. So my thing is, if she was taken for the wrong reason, Why did the prosecution not challenge Annette and ask Annette what was the fucking reason? Because I want to know, how would Annette know what the reason was? How would you know what was the reason? My biggest question right now is, what is the fucking reason? What was the reason? Because this ain't no random talk. This was an accidental. She said what she said because she knew what she knew. And that's why I encourage each and every one of you to start listening to what people are actually saying, not what y'all think they're saying. Because, baby, that press conference, that wasn't no emotion. That was a hell of a lot of information. And a lot of people missed it because they was too busy to try to keep the story clean. And I about keeping no goddamn story clean. Bring her back. Who are you talking to, Annette? Who are you talking to? Chad, I want y'all to be real with me tonight. You done labeled this child, because you see, this shit ain't making sense. Y'all went and wrote it on paper she was a runaway. But then you stood your dumb ass in front of all these people and said y'all took her and don't know the reason. Now those two cannot lay in the same bed together. How can a runaway? How can the label runaway lay in the same bed with they took her? Help me, somebody. Help me. Chad, if y'all really believe Naziah was gone, if y'all really believe that Naziah was gone, if you believe that, would you be standing there pleading like that? Would you be pleading like that? Let me know. If you had nothing to do with nothing, why would you stand in front of the good old United States of America and plead the way that you pled? Dale says they knew. Boo Banger said they need to miss me with that bullshit. Drag Racing said they playing Monopoly, and Jarvis is the go to jail card. Drag Racing, something is going to happen. Something that you and you are not expecting. But I see it. I see things from a different angle. I don't jump on bandwagons. I have to look deeper. I have to look deeper than what's on the surface. Because the surface wants us to accept, and I'm not willing to just accept it. Sheena said they plan on our tops. It's what they think. Oh, they want us to shut up, but we're not. Hell no, we're not. Is that right? I see you, boo. Is it the same river where her clothes and sneakers was found near? Apparently. Absolutely, Miss Antoinette. They made this shit up so we don't dig any deeper. Star, I see you, mama. Naziah ain't in no river. They would have found her the first. Absolutely, Kenyatta. Absolutely. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, why is it that he's not to have contact with Shannon and Annette? Cool Girl Sisters. There's a reason. There's a reason. Shannon and Annette are very, very, very manipulative, right? They've been hoodwinking people all their lives. Prosecution feels that they get Jarvis in a place where Jarvis is really willing to give them everything that they want. But what they fail to realize is they're trying to play a game with Jarvis and he's not willing to play with them. Jarvis has the mindset of a real career criminal. Prosecution is not winning with whatever they're throwing on the table with Jarvis. Jarvis knows that there are bigger people involved. There are bigger fish to fry. Fish that are much bigger than Shannon and Annette. Prosecution knows that as well. And while Jarvis is doing what Jarvis is doing, the bigger people are being protected. And I don't want to get too deep right now. But there's more to come out of what you just said, Cougar sister. There's more. Absolutely. This shit is wild. That body is definitely not in that damn river. Cornell said it's not. He basically got away with it. Cornell. Pretty much. But he didn't get away with nothing. I want you to hold on to that, Cornell. Jarvis didn't get away with nothing. He secured some things, but he ain't got away with nothing. Boo Banga said it's not closure, because the fuck that part. Marty, I see you, boo. Levesque said, I remember that, Mocha. And from that charge, he was never placed on the registry. That part. That part. Nikesha, I see you, baby. Welcome. Venetia said, when it's convenient for them. A lot of charges for him and others seem to disappear with worthless help. Absolutely. So we have to make that make sense. Make it make sense. Why would she just make charges disappear to convenient her? Why? See, because my thing is, once you start catching the little stuff like that, you just can't unsee it. And it start making everything else look different. Every fucking thing. And that's why this shit is looking as shady as it's looking, y'all. We got Shannon. Y'all remember Shannon being confronted on several different occasions. Shannon was confronted by Roxy in that nasty ass kitchen. Then there was the girl Cash. More than once, Shannon was confronted. Shannon never came out and said, she's gone. If you pay attention, think about it. She never said she's gone. But what she did keep saying was, they can't prove that she's dead. That's the difference, y'all. Now hold on, because that right there, we never heard Shannon said we lost her. Never heard her said she's gone. All Shannon ever said is they can't prove it. And I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like Shannon knows. She knows. So Shannon, bring your ass all the way over here. Because this is the one that made me sit up, bitch, like, oh, y'all still playing games. Y'all still playing games. Y'all to the point now saying shit like they can't prove she's dead. What kind of shit is that to say? Out of everything you could have said, Shannon, everything. That's what you choose to say. Not she's gone, not we lost her, not even a damn I believe. Shannon, you stood on it, can't prove it. And the Moca, the way Moca thinks, the way Moca sees shit. When Shannon said that over and over and over again on multiple different places, that was strategy. That was strategy. Think about courtroom language. That was courtroom language, like she had to practice that shit. Because when you know something in your heart, you don't word shit like that. You don't water it down to what can and can't be proven. Bitch, you speak it. You say it with your fucking chest, but that right there, Shannon, you chose your words real careful. Like you danced around something. Like you knew that saying too much will say too much, bitch. And I didn't like that. Because my biggest question is, why is it that Shannon felt that she had to focus so much on what could not be proven? Why was that her go-to? Why didn't Shannon speak on what she believed to happen, y'all? Unless she wasn't trying to confirm anything. Unless she left that door open on purpose. In my opinion, that's how people talk. When shit is still up in the air, or when they know something that they're not willing to say. And I said what I said because Shannon was there. Shannon was involved. Shannon knew it all. Whether people want to accept it as a fact, yes or no, Shannon knew. How many of you all believe from the text messages that we've heard being read off in court, from the charges that they tried to make disappear on Jarvis Butts, from the press conference that Annette did, how many of you all now is looking at this shit differently and really don't believe she's in that river? Tell me, what are your thoughts and your beliefs? Because we got to make this shit make sense. Tony says, I don't believe River Rouge because the water was frozen. It was raining and snowing as well. So it would preserve the body. And keep in mind that 2 summers has passed. He could miss us with it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Carla Henry, I see you, baby. Guys, could you please hit the like button for your girl? Sheena says, how can he give a truthful statement when he's a habitual liar and a habitual sex offender? That state ain't shit. That part. Levesque says, I don't believe her body's in that river. Drag Racing said, I believe the church is involved. Essie says, I don't believe she's in that river. She's trafficked. Baby. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense, because we ain't slow. We ain't slow, and I ain't claiming to be slow. I'm not going to run with what they want us to run. I refuse to run with that shit. Lady D says she knew Moca. When you said what sense would it have made for Jarvis to go to court on the power charge and get locked up for an M charge? That part, Lady D. We ain't slow. We ain't slow. There are too many hands in this. More hands than we'll ever know. But you all have to understand, and please believe that there are bigger people here. As Gemini says, I believe she's still alive and was moved outside of the USA. Miss Gemini, come here, girl. Now you're talking Mocha's language. I've been called quite a few things out in these YouTube streets. You know. But I just don't want these other people judging me based on my discernment. Because all this shit gotta make sense. I'm not the one to go along to get along, and I'm not gonna take what they told me and run with it. That trafficking ring is a motherfucker. Before I say or move on, let me tell you all this. I don't know how many of you truly remember this young lady. Her family reported her missing out of New York. For years, they had no idea where she was. Let me show you how Detroit, Michigan ain't shit. For years, her family knew nothing of her whereabouts. They never reported her as a runaway. They reported her as someone missing. Right? Years passed. Somehow in the mix, it was said she was spotted in Detroit, Michigan. The leads were hot and heavy in Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan reports back to the family in New York and tell them that they found their daughter deceased. So that's what Detroit did. Reported back to the family they found their daughter deceased. Bryn says, I remember that story. Bryn, wow, you remember that story, baby. What was the outcome of that story? Detroit, Michigan falsified a report. Falsified a report. That young lady was not dead. But Michigan told the family she was. They not send an urn with ashes to that family? This family memorialized that daughter and everything. She was not dead. She was in Michigan. Detroit, Michigan, high as a kite out of it and being trafficked. She was trafficked. Let's talk about it. So do y'all think just from that story alone, I'm willing to take what these people is putting out on this table and I'm going to run with it? I wish the fuck I would. And I wish the fuck y'all would. Detroit is corrupt. Because how do you take this young lady and report to her family that she's no longer here? But yet, your very own people had her on the streets. Your very own people was trafficking her. Your very own people was keeping her out of her mind, drugged up, where she didn't even know who the hell she was. So this shit is real. This shit is real. But we weren't supposed to knock on those type of doors. Detroit want us to accept what they're putting down, and Moca's not accepting it. I'm not going to accept it. Mm-mm. So now that we see the patterns in Detroit, how many of you all now believe or feel or think that is some shady shit going on? I'm going to wait. I just want to know where your mindsets are. Because now, mm-mm. Cool Girl Sister says he's protecting silent people. That's bigger than Kim Worthless. Warrior, I see you, boo. I see you. Hey, mama. Tootie Scott, I see you, my love. She says, why is this baby cursed so bad? That family. Tony says, did y'all hear that Vari put hands on Jarvis? And now, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Shrell, I see you, my love. Hey, Khadijah. She says, if a body been thrown in the river 2 years ago, you're not going to find that body. Absolutely. Absolutely, baby. My Kenya doll. Hey, boo. She said, who are these people really? And why is this case not being treated like us regular folks? Kenya doll, that's the $1 million question. That's a $1 million question. It's not being treated like regular folks. And that's a shame. That's a shame. See, one thing I want you all to, y'all, those of you who've been following me long enough, you all should know. I don't run with everything that's out in these streets. I just don't do it. And the reason I don't do it is because it has to make sense. It has to make sense. Because if you think about it, you know, this thing with Vari putting hands on Jarvis. Let's talk about that for a second. I don't normally go off track, but I'm going to address that. That shit ain't real. Jarvis is in protective custody. We have to accept that. He's being housed with those that are just like him. The facility that he's in, the story behind Jarvis Butts is so well known. Why would these people risk putting Vari in the same vicinity with Jarvis? Jarvis eat, sleep, shit, piss, all in the same area. He don't have the freedom to move around like that. He don't. Now let's really make it make sense, right? If Vari supposedly was in the medical ward, went to the hospital, they say Vari OD'd while in custody. Vari was on suicide watch. So if you on suicide watch, how could you? See, that's where y'all have to put your common sense in there somewhere. He's in protective custody. There's no way. No way. So, I'm protecting y'all at this point. Be mindful of what you absorb. Be very mindful of what you run with. Because all of that is distractions. And all these distractions are going to do is make you look in the places where you ain't got no business looking. Bubanga said evil and wicked behavior all through that family bloodline and their close friends. I pray justice. I pray for justice, just not for Naziah, but for all the voices. It's just sad. Absolutely, Bubanga. Absolutely. My girl D, I see you, boo. Venetia said Kim Worthless thinks she's slick, telling Jarvis what to say in order to not implicate the diabolical family that she's been protecting by taking some of his charges away. It's going to get worse. Let me tell you, when God got his hands on something, then none ain't going to get away with it. None of them. Detroit have not seen the wrath of nothing yet. And let me add this, because we're not just about to lead this part out with Shannon Big Funky Ass. Y'all remember when Shannon said, when Naziah didn't bring her ass home, I couldn't grieve my miscarriage. Then she also said, now Naziah, because her ass is fast, she ran away to be with a boy. She been plotting to do shit like this. Do y'all remember Shannon said that? Now this ain't shit Moca saying. These are Shannon's words. Naziah's fast. Naziah ran away to be with the boy. She been plotting shit like that. Those were her words. And then when the text messages came out, didn't one of those text messages say Naziah couldn't wait to run away to be with Jarvis so she could be safe? Am I missing something? Did Naziah not say? I ain't going to say Naziah said it, because I'm not going to even say that baby sent those text messages, because I still believe in all my heart every last one of those text messages within that window belonged to Shannon. But there was a text message that said she wanted to run away, be with Jarvis so she could be safe. She didn't want to live with Annette and Shannon no more. That's what she said. Hey, Todd, welcome, boo. Now, wait a goddamn minute. Just wait a goddamn minute. Because y'all not to, no. Y'all not about to say all of that shit to me. And then turn around and try to sell me a river story like a fucking slow. You mean to tell me Y'all go say all of that shit and then turn around and try to sell me a river story. Nah, motherfuckers, we ain't doing all of that. Because listen to what y'all just said. Shannon, you call this child fast. You said she ran off to be with a man. You said she been plotting. So in your mind, Shannon, by saying all what you said, y'all had already reported her as a runaway. So in your mind, Shannon, you're saying she left on her own. You're saying she had intentions. Okay, cool, I get that. Now let's slide over to the messages, bitch. I can't wait to run away and be safe. Safe from who? Somebody help me. Who was she wanting to be safe from? Because normal children don't just talk that type of talk for no reason. So who was she wanting to be safe from? They don't just wake up and say shit like, oh yeah, I'm trying to escape and I want to be safe. They don't do shit like that unless something in that environment wasn't right. So now I'm looking at both of these things together and I'm like, wait the fuck off. So it's either she ran away because she was fast, like y'all saying. Let's take it there, y'all. Either she ran away because she was fast, like y'all labeled her, or she was trying to get away from something. Which the one fuck is it? Or bring her back because y'all don't know why y'all took her. Y'all got to make this shit make sense because y'all can't have it both ways. You can't paint her as this little girl that's out here was doing whatever she wanted to do, and then y'all ignore the fact that she said she wanted to be safe. And then, bitch, you mad because you want us to believe you was grieving a miscarriage for a pregnancy that your big funky ass never had. Wait a minute, Shannon. So now you want the United States of America to mix your fake ass grieving with Nazaya's disappearance. Bitch, sit down. That shit didn't even sound right coming out of your mouth, Shannon, because right now, this shit ain't about you. Ain't about Annette. It's about the fuck ups y'all made. How y'all failed this baby from day one. Y'all never showed an ounce of concern. If anything, all we ever got from you bitches were attitude and blame and labels. Y'all labeled Nazaya in such a way, and I believe the labels that y'all put on her, the blame that y'all put on her, the attitude you hoes had, y'all did that shit to shift it all from you all. And that's why I say, y'all have to listen to what people say, because the truth be sitting right there, little bitty pieces. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss the fuck out of it. You're going to miss it. Levesque said it's politics with Kim Worthless and the local authorities to cover their lazy ass. And with Jarvis, this allowed him to continue. Why? Because he knew he could get away with it till this case made the news. Look at how long he's been getting away with it, though. Look at how long he's been getting away with this shit and nothing has been done. So, Chad, I'm going to ask you all, if Naziah was fast, if she ran away to be with Jarvis, or if she was going somewhere where she felt safe, or even if y'all took her and y'all don't know why y'all took her, how the hell does Rouge River fit into any of that? That's what I want to know. How the hell does Rouge River fit into any of that? Because I need somebody to make that make sense for me. Because right now, y'all giving too many different stories and trying to make them live in the same goddamn house. On one hand, she ran away. She was fast. She went to be with the man. She was trying to be safe. Y'all took her and y'all don't know why y'all took her. Bitch, that sounds like movement, intention, and a destination that y'all all know. So cool, right? If that's the case, when the fuck did we jump from that to she's in a river? When did that happen? Where's the fucking connection? Because you don't go from I'm running away to ending up in a goddamn river without a whole lot of shit happening in between. And that's the part ain't no motherfucker explaining. That's the part nobody wants to break down. That's the part where everybody wants to skip the fuck over. But how do you go from y'all took her and don't know why? How do we go from she's fast, she ran off to be with the boy? How do we go from I want to run away to be with Jarvis and be safe because I don't want to live with Shannon and Annette anymore to end up in a goddamn Rouge River? I ain't skipping over this shit. Because if you ask me, that river story ain't connected. If you ask Moca, if you ask me, that river story is a goddamn interruption and it's coming out of nowhere. It ain't lining up with the behavior, the messages, and it ain't lining up with a goddamn thing that has been said from the gate. It's just there. And anytime something just pops up like that, feels like something has been placed there. So, and it's being placed there so people stop asking questions about everything else. Chat, I need y'all to help me flow through this. Talk to me. I need to know I'm not the only one seeing this shit. There are too many different stories that don't match, y'all. Too many that don't match. So tell me, do these stories match? Or do it feel like something is being thrown in to confuse this whole goddamn situation? If it don't connect, drop some X's in the chat. But if you think somewhere, somehow this shit makes sense, drop a link in the chat. And another thing, if it makes sense to you, tell me in the chat how it makes sense to you. Because right now, this shit ain't adding up at all. And you see, once stuff stop adding up like that, you got to stop just listening and start questioning all of this shit. You got to start questioning this shit. I see the X's, y'all. I see them. I see them. I see them. And I appreciate you all. This shit is insane. This is insane. That baby don't deserve none of this shit. I see my girl Bridget in here. Bridget said they should not have given Jarvis a plea deal unless he leads them straight to Naziah's body. Bridget, how do you offer a plea deal to a known criminal? How do you offer a plea deal to a man who has a history of abusing children over and over and over again? How do you offer a plea deal to somebody that you know has photos and videos and images of little girls that you're selling? How do you offer a plea deal to something that you know is tied to a trafficking ring? How do you offer a plea deal if you're not benefiting from it? So guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you don't know, now you know. That plea deal was not for Jarvis. That plea deal was for the prosecution. That plea deal, and if you agree that that plea deal was for the prosecution, throw some fire in this chat and light this bitch up, because that's what Moca believes. I may not be right about a lot of things, but I'm not dumb to most things. I believe that plea deal was for the prosecution. I don't believe that plea deal was for Jarvis Butts. I don't. I don't. I see the fire. I see the fire. Because we gonna get through the fire. We gonna get through the flood on this one. We not stopping. Because our motto here is we're not done. And then that plea deal, y'all. That plea deal is hard for me to understand because, like I said, Jarvis has a history. How the fuck could he be in a position to negotiate anything, especially in a case this goddamn serious? And I want to know, what was the urgency? What needed to be wrapped up so goddamn quick? And who benefited? Who benefited, y'all, from this case being closed? This the part that fucks me up. Because, oh, y'all want to wrap this shit up quick. Y'all want to wrap it up clean. Y'all don't want shit to get exposed. So y'all gonna tie a bow around this bitch so everybody can move the hell on. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. You mean to tell me Jarvis Butt sitting there with all these charges, and instead of them throwing the goddamn book at him, y'all bitches negotiating? So now we negotiate. Okay? So now y'all got leverage. Now you're in a position to make deals in a case involving children and a missing one. Nah, that don't sit right with me. Because what the hell are you rushing it for? Help me out. Why the urgency? Why is it so important to close this fucking case instead of fully understanding it? Because that's what it feels like to me. It don't feel like no justice. It feels like it feels like a checklist. It's a checklist. We got a conviction. Check. Say we handled it. Check. Move the fuck on. Check, check. Meanwhile, we're sitting our asses here. Questions still unanswered. Pieces still not lining up. But yet we supposed to just accept. I got my man. Kim Worthy, go to hell. Got him for what exactly, bitch? Come tell us what you got him for. Because if the story don't make sense, The timeline don't make sense. The details that y'all throwing out there don't make sense. Then what exactly did y'all just close? Because now I want to ask the question, Kim Worthless, who needed that deal more? Who needed that deal more, bitch? Him or you? Because sometimes it ain't about helping him. It's about helping y'all make shit look complete when y'all haven't done a damn thing. And I don't trust a damn thing that looks complete but don't feel complete. Because this shit right here looks like something that just needed to be sealed up before people started digging too damn deep and exposing the real. If that plea deal, I'm going to ask the chat, do that plea deal sits right with y'all? Or do you feel like something got rushed? If y'all feel that this was justice done right, drop some justice scale. But if you feel like they was trying to wrap this shit up quick, throw some clocks in the chat because we want to understand this. And I want to know who benefited the most from this shit. Because that's a question, I swear to God, I can't let go of. This ain't as simple as they're trying to make it seem. Why offer a plea deal? Kim want to know what is Kim Worthless going to do with them two kids that's not for Shannon? Are they going to be charged with the missing mothers? Kenyatta says, Mocha, Jarvis was talking to inmates saying Shannon did it. But you got Shannon telling Cash saying Jarvis didn't do it. Jarvis take the plea deal. Hello? This shit makes sense. Zachary, I'm with you when you're right. Zachary says it's bullshit. I feel like she's still out there. Hello? I see the clocks in the chat. I see them. And I'm with y'all. This shit was rushed. Truly rushed. Kenyatta said something that makes a whole lot of sense. Jarvis was talking to inmates, telling them Shannon did it. But then we got Shannon telling Cash the story. Shannon told Cash Jarvis didn't do it. Then all of a sudden, Jarvis take a plea deal saying he did it. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. I wouldn't want to be a lead prosecutor if I'm moving dirty. If I'm willing to set up any goddamn body for a conviction, I wouldn't want that job title. But I understand. You got to do your big one. Because that's going to make you look good in somebody's eyes. I don't know who. Because you got to bounce back from the Diddy scandal. But this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. Zadell says Frank knows where she is. Hello? Zadell. I love you all in here. Because now we all thinking, not just Mocha, we all thinking, right? Frank knows where she is. And you know what? I believe that. I do believe Frank knows where she is. And that's just my opinion. The church knows where she is. That's my opinion too. And I'm entitled to it. Jarvis knows where she is too. That's my opinion. What I do believe, again, to be my opinion, Shannon and Annette, they're very aware of the deal that they made, which is why the press conference was worded the way that it was. Y'all don't even know why. Y'all don't even know why y'all took her. But you said that like you knew why. Come on, people. Y'all can play with some of the people, but y'all ain't playing with me. This makes no sense. But I'm not here for the distractions. I'm not here. Teresa says, I agree with you. So why are the mediums saying, oh, child, I ain't touching that? I can't get down with that. Because we all have discernment. A lot of this shit is distractions. Because if y'all want to be politically correct, we have to be careful who we allow to tell us certain things. A medium is just like a magician. And I'm going to leave it right there. Just like a magician. They do homework. They sell tricks. If you're looking for it and they know you're looking for it and you're thirsty for it, it's for sale. At the expense of your emotions. At the expense of your heart. So you have to protect that. Some of the very information that's being fed through these mediums is things that's being said on the news, things that's being said in these YouTube streets, shit that they're finding on social media, and they're using trickery in delivery. So please be careful. Happy birthday, Dorothy Ann. So when I put all of this shit together, y'all, I don't see a clear answer. I see a bunch of pieces that just don't fucking fit. I see stories being handed to us. And I see people being expected to accept it without asking questions. And that's why I said what the fuck I said. That Rouge River story is just that, a goddamn story. It's not the full truth and it ain't the whole damn picture. And something that sounds just believable enough to make people stop digging. Because I'm not about to sit here and play dumb. Because this shit just don't add up. Not a little bit. Not kinda, not sorta. None of it. Because every goddamn time we turn around, it's another piece that don't fit. Another detail that's not lining up. Another statement that makes you go, hold the fuck on. And instead of Detroit, Michigan answering those questions, they hand us this shit. She's in Rouge River. And that's what the fuck we're doing? That's the bow that y'all tying this shit up with? Nah. Y'all got me fucked up. Because this ain't no explanation. That's a goddamn distraction. That's some shit you throw out there because it sounds believable enough for people to stop asking questions. Because you see, we as a people, we're tired. We're looking for answers. We're looking for closure. And y'all know that. So y'all grab on to whatever sounds like it could be the end. And y'all want us to run with it. But I ain't the one. I'm not about to take some half-baked ass story that's full of holes and full of missing pieces and just sit here like, okay, yeah, that's what they said. That makes sense. Hell no, I ain't. I wish the fuck I would. Because if it was the truth, it would have connected by now. If it was a truth, that flow would have been flowing long time ago. It wouldn't be fighting for his life every goddamn time you line it up next to everything else that we done heard, seen, observed, and witnessed out here. This shit right here is forced. Y'all forced this shit to try to make a little bit of sense. And it still ain't making sense. I don't trust this shit. I don't believe it. And I damn sure ain't about to repeat the Rouge River like it's a damn fact. Not doing it. But I could tell y'all one thing about the Rouge River. On their part, the Rouge River for them was a stop sign. It's something put there so everybody could just stop. Stop digging. Stop asking. Stop connecting dots. And me, I ain't stopping shit. Because until this whole story makes sense from beginning to end, I'm going to keep looking at every damn thing. Everything. Because, we ain't buying this. Because this is not who we are. I'm not done. I'm not close to being done. Because how the hell is this supposed to be over and the truth still feel like it's out there somewhere with Naziah, wherever she's at? There's too many players involved in this situation. We got Jarvis. We got Annette, Shannon, Marquita, Frank, Bishop Bullwanker, prosecution, the city of Detroit. We got other shady ass family members. We got people on the inside with known ties. We got King. We got Eric Gamble. We got all these goddamn people. And then this motherfucker, Ernene Gamble. Who the hell is Ernene Gamble? Sitting in the courtroom. And I'm supposed to believe this shit is wrapped up? Nah. Moca, Nanola, Bells, and Bows, cousins and friends, we ain't fucking done. And I really need y'all to feel me tonight. Because this ain't about just one person no more. This shit is too big. Too many names, too many connections, and too many people popping up in places that they shouldn't be. And I'm supposed to sit my ass here and believe that one story that I'm supposed to believe that one story. I'm supposed to believe that Rouge River. I'm supposed to believe Jarvis Butt just wraps all this shit up. Hell no, it don't. That ain't how shit like this work. Especially when you got this many people tied in, this many layers, this many weird ass connections. You're not looking at something simple. This shit is deeper than deep. Something that's been going on. Something people been getting away with. And now all of a sudden, we supposed to believe it just started in with the river? Y'all cut it out. Because all these same names keep circling the fuck back. We keep seeing patterns that keep circling back. And the sad part about it, Kim Worthless, It's a damn shame in this day and age. Bitch, you worse than an orange man. When you got position of power mixed in with street shit. And that shit right there, that's what makes me say this shit ain't closed. This shit is covered up. Because when too many people know something, that's when this shit gets in a position that is in and is being controlled. Now I want to know who keeping what quiet and why. Because ain't no way all these names tied into one situation and we just supposed to accept it as a simple ass ending. Nah, y'all might be done, but I'm not. We not. Talk to me, chat. Do this feel like a closed case to y'all? Or do it feel like there's still way too much that ain't been touched? If y'all feel like it ain't over, put some sirens in the chat because we coming. And if you feel like there are pieces missing, drop puzzle pieces because I need to know. How many of y'all feel like there's more people involved than what's being said? Because I'm telling you right now, this shit ain't sitting right. It ain't sitting right. And one thing about it over here, we don't close shit that don't make sense. We'll never do that. We don't accept shit just because it sounds good. We'll never do that either. And we damn sure don't stop when the truth still feel like it's out there. And we don't stop because we ain't done. We ain't done. Don't argue with us. Go argue with your mom. We ain't done. And this is insane. And then to sit up there and lie. She in the river. That baby ain't in no river. Tony said Nazaya's not in that river. Yet how could Jarvis be able to dump her body by himself? So miss us with that. She's located somewhere else because if that's the case, how did the car get damaged? That car being damaged, I don't think it had nothing to do with Nazaya. And that's just my take on it. I believe that car being damaged, he was trying to get away after being called to Annette's house. And then he saw the condition that Nazaya was in from what Shannon, Marquita, and Annette had already done. And he was trying to get away. I believe it. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to take that. But that's what I feel. He was the cleanup man. And trying to get this girl, trying to get Nazaya some help, trying to get her to safety. I believe that's what happened to that car. I do believe. Oh, Sheena said, oh, that's Jernell's mama. Child, shut your mouth and keep on talking. I'm back, baby. I'm back. So y'all know I'm getting a digging. I'm back. Those days I had off, Big Mama, I see you, boo. Hey, Juliana's mom. Chucky, I see you, boo. Chucky said, I think she's still alive. Chucky. Chucky. Me too. Lady D said, and don't you think Shannon and her mama would have been at that court hearing when he took the deal? They haven't been to court not one time. Not one time. Marty says, you can fool some of the people some of the time. But here at Ms. Mocha Bell's Mods and Chat, we ain't nobody's fool. Marty, you better talk your shit. We are not going. Absolutely not. Hey, Beverly. Lady D said, I'm not fooled. Not one bit. We're going to keep up the fight for Naziah. We have to. We have to. We didn't come this far to disappoint her, nor to disappoint us. As much as, Chandra, I see you, baby. As much as things don't make sense, we're not going to stop until it makes sense. It has to make sense. Rouge River was the distraction. That plea deal was the distraction. We have to be bigger than that. We have to avoid distractions at all costs because we're not sitting in that space. We're not. That's not who we are. We're bigger than that. We're smarter than that. And we owe Naziah that. Lady D said, no justice, no peace, you witches. Absolutely. Renee says, we're not going nowhere. We must get this unearthed. Absolutely, Renee. I see y'all all up in here. You don't mind hitting that like button for your girl. Hit the like button for your girl. Double tap those emojis to the right. Share out the live. And if you all appreciate the hard work that I do, and if you feel led to subscribe to the channel, go ahead on and subscribe to the channel. Grab a membership and support the channel. Cash App, Super Chat, Super Stickers. I would greatly appreciate that. Because we're going to work. And we're going to keep using our voices to speak for injustices. Because what they just handed to us, y'all, was a hell of an injustice. To Naziah, a hell of an injustice for any child that has to go through the judicial system in Detroit, Michigan. Misunderstood says, I think Naziah is in witness protection. She said, that's my opinion. Well, sweetheart, that's a good theory. But there's no trial. There's no trial. So there's no need for her to be in witness protection, who she's being protected from. See, that's the question we have to ask. Who is she being protected from? I believe, and that's my belief, she's out of the country. I do believe that. Big Mama said, sign the petitions. Email or mail your letters to the judge. Absolutely, Big Mama. Big Mama, where's the petition, baby? Because I've been gone for about 11 days. Is there a petition? If you have the information for the petition, Big Mama, you could drop it in the chat. Miss Gemini said, Mocha, remember? They had 30 days. Hello, Miss Gemini. Miss Gemini, baby. God, I love y'all so much. Gemini says, they had 30 days to fly her out the country. Frank ain't the top person, but he knows stuff too. We might not find out absolutely. It's like a cartel. It's Gemini. You know how the cartel has little people working underneath them. You have to peel, it's like an onion. You have to peel layers and layers and layers off of that onion to get to the onion. So we could never, they could never. See all of these little people that's doing all this damage, they're little ponds. They're little goldfish that's circling in his pond. The big fish is sitting up there giving up information. He's telling them what to do and how to do it. Listen, y'all don't find that. See, we got to make things make sense. Y'all don't find that to be a coincidence? Well, shut up, Mocha, because you don't believe in coincidences. Right around the time Naziah supposedly went missing, wasn't there such a thing as when the Arab came out, the Arabs came out, and they made national news where they had just passed a law right around the time Naziah came up missing. They passed a law where little girls in their country were able to legally marry at the age of 8. Y'all remember that shit? That ain't no coincidence to me. If you think about it, all of this shit is lining up. It's lining up, and not only that, I'm beginning to see more and more Canadians speaking on the disappearance of Naziah. Do y'all know the tunnels lead straight to Canada for trafficking? There are many possibilities. And we, Moca, and the Nola Bells, we're not excluding none of them. Because it's just strange to me. And I know it happens in every state, every city, all across the country. It's strange to me how so many young girls comes up missing in Detroit, Michigan, never to be heard of again. And they come up missing all around the same age bracket. Something is not right with that. Tony says, okay, Mocha, we can roll with that. But why did Jarvis tell his baby mama to clean everything that he touched? Jarvis would have had to tell me what the heck happened to my car. What baby mama was dumb. She was supposed to question what happened to her car. And Jarvis knew that Naziah was reported missing, right? I'm going to try to walk with you through this one, Tony, and it's just my opinion. Jarvis knew that Naziah was reported missing. He knew that. And the only logical explanation I could give for this situation, him telling this woman to wipe everything down, is because Naziah was in that car. She was. And again, Jarvis brought Naziah home from Ypsilanti. I'm not ever going back on that. Something went wrong in Annette's home. That's my opinion. Dre confirmed it. If y'all remember, he confirmed it. Something went wrong between Shannon, Naziah, and Annette. Dre said they called Marquita in. So whatever it was so bad to where they didn't know what to do. So being that Jarvis is who he is, a known career criminal who's done the most, they've done the most too, because they got bodies that disappeared that they can't answer for right now. But prosecution never brought that to the table. So they got Jarvis to be the cleanup man in this. Jarvis did take Naziah in that car. That's why they were able to find items, the glasses, DNA in that car. He took her from there, and they thought she was gone then. But in my gut, in my heart, I believe he took her and cleaned her up. And that baby mama knows all about it. That baby mama knows more than what she's saying too, because ain't nobody that goddamn dumb. Nobody. Nobody. The baby mama knows. And Naziah was in that car. Definitely she was. Tammy says the kitchen. Shannon told Roxy, I did what you told me. No, Roxy. Sex traffic. No, Rouge River. Kenworth is lied. She's going to hell. What does that mean, Shannon? Absolutely. See, we're picking up what they misunderstood. Say, yes, Mocha, I agree with you. Something happened. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody wants to see it that way. I misunderstood. I don't want to just run with what they're putting out there. I want to make it make sense, misunderstood. And the way this shit is happening, something happened. Something happened. This shit should have gone to trial, y'all. But for some strange reason, they chose the opposite. Vivek says, Mocha, I told you that story before. Traveling from Detroit, going under a tunnel, ending up in Windsor, Canada, going through customs, x-ray, underneath your car. Absolutely. Absolutely, look at that. Chucky said, I don't think she's in Detroit. She's not. She's not, and they know it. But we're not supposed to know it. We're not supposed to know that. It's a shame. But guys, one thing I know, we're not done. We're not done. And I'm so happy to be back. It's been a long 10 days, 11 days since Mocha's been gone. We popped back in here tonight like we never left. So guys, we're going to get up out of here. Please have your notifications set. We'll be back out here again on tomorrow night. Check the community wall. Set your notification. And as we leave out of here tonight, just know we're not done. We are not done. And I need you all to flood the chat with justice scales and hearts for Naziah. Because Naziah, baby, we see you. We feel you. We're the aunties and uncles and grannies that you've never had, baby. And we ain't letting this shit slide like this. And we are going to touch on some more subjects. We're going to bring them all to the front of the class. Because we don't mind going through this shit with a fine-tooth comb and calling out the injustices. This child deserves so much more. She's living proof that we don't choose the families that we're born into. Because look at what happened. If they would have paid just an ounce of attention to those children in that house, we would not be out here having the conversations that we're having tonight. But they didn't care about those children. So since they didn't care then, they all need to kill that shit about caring right now and let us, the family that really grew to know and love her in her absence, let us do what we do and sit y'all ass down and go away. Go away. But Mocha's going to say good night. I'm going to say I love you all. If you did not hit that like button, please hit the like button on your way out the door. And flood the chat for Mocha. Because I'm so happy to see you all. It's looking like old time. It's feeling like old times. And we'll be back in here tomorrow doing what we do. Because over here, we're family, guys. That's who we are.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Motivated from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Mocha in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the chat gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall. Over here we catch each other when we fall. one mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide, where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. Blow the bells, the work ain't done. Leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care are everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you. We stand with the truth. This is Enola Bells. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Stand tall with. Join the family.
Thank you all. Good night.